Hello there everybody, Below10,000 here, bringing you another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate leak discussion video. Yep, that's right. Even though the final Smash Bros. Direct has happened, that doesn't mean the leaks have stopped. If anything, it just means the leaks are moving on to their next phase of evolution, that of DLC, and naturally, some of the big names in the speculation scene have been discussing who they could see appearing as DLC. And then Vergeben came along, and he has actually, quote-unquote, confirmed 3 characters for DLC in his eyes, and, well, Vergeben has not exactly been that wrong this speculation season. He said Ken Cinnaraw, he said Simon. The only thing he's not got so far is the Minecraft representation, and who knows, that could be coming in DLC along with his secret Square Enix rep. So, there's a lot to unpack, but Vergeben 3 days ago went on GameFAQs and was discussing potential DLC, because Sakurai has stated there will be 5 DLC characters for this potential, hopefully, Season 1 of DLC. Fingers crossed there's going to be more past that in the years to come, but for now we know that at most, at least, there are going to be 5 new characters on top of Piranha Plant who will come with stages and music, and chances are, those characters have actually been selected already. And I would not be surprised if they have been selected, because this is something that he's clearly planned. They know they're doing 5 characters with stages and music, so clearly I have a feeling they know which characters are going to be in that bundle. So there's probably discussions going on at the moment, negotiations, and Vergeben? He's said a few things. So let's take a look at this GameFAQs thread and see what he said, and we will make our comments as we go. I should probably state that Senjogahara Hitagi, who has a great track record if you look into them on Reddit, and is someone I talk to and cross-check things with since we have met, has heard the same things for Smash that I have. The only difference in our information has been them hearing that Steve from Minecraft will be playable, and discussions with Cygames were happening to get a Grand Blue Fantasy character, which seems to be Catalina in particular, into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. While I cannot personally back those 2 things on my end yet from my personal sources, what we can do is consider adding up what I have heard and put out for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, combined with what Hitagi heard and has said, which could point us in a direction that reveals that 3 out of the 5 DLC characters seem to be: the Square Enix character, I can vouch, is definitely happening, and the first DLC character at that; Steve from Minecraft discussions happened that led to my knowledge that content is planned to be present. I have been told it could be an assist trophy, stage, item, or possibly a character. It looks like character, stage, and theme will be how if what Hitagi has heard is accurate. At this point, I do not doubt it much. Cygames Grand Blue Fantasy getting a guest character, Catalina mentioned by name. This comes from Hitagi, as I have said, but they seem confident that the discussions happened on a serious level. So, we have got Vergeben's secret Square Enix character, Steve from Minecraft, and a Grand Blue Fantasy character. That is the oddest inclusion, I will not lie. I personally have never played Grand Blue Fantasy, I've never heard of it, and I'm trying to wonder, how good is it to, how good is the series, and would it fit for Smash DLC? I actually want to know your guys' opinions, people who actually know what Grand Blue Fantasy is. Is this a good fit for Smash? Because I feel like a character that I've never heard of, and I've pride myself as quite the Nintendo enthusiast and quite a gaming enthusiast myself. I find it interesting that they'd put a character I've never heard of as DLC, because it's like, will people buy that character if they've never heard of them? Will it make money? So that's interesting. That's the one that I'm the most shaky on. Obviously, I actually do believe Vergeben's claim about a Square Enix character. I have for the longest time. And I personally think it will either be Geno or Sora, and I think it's kind of making sense that it could be Sora. Now, the reason for this is very simple. The first DLC character post-Piranha Plant will probably be happening, maybe even being announced in February, or in January, depending on when they have another General Direct. And that means that they could announce Sora after Kingdom Hearts 3 has launched in his Kingdom Hearts 3 gear. It would make sense that his moveset could tie in to this latest game in the franchise as opposed to the earlier games, and would just kind of make sense from a business perspective. On the other side of things, Geno could still be a possibility, as I really don't believe being a spirit in Spirits mode or being a character icon disconfirms a character from potential DLC in the slightest. I think it just means that they at least got in the game in the base roster. You have to remember that Mewtwo and Lucas had trophies in Super Smash Bros. 4 before Lucas and Mewtwo were brought back as veterans and for DLC, and since spirits are replacing trophies, I'm holding it to the same standard, you know? Steve from Minecraft, I would not be surprised if he actually does end up coming, and I'm not that salty, because if Steve comes, then it opens the door for Banjo. It's sort of like how Cloud kind of opens the door for Geno and Sora. Steve kind of opens the door for Banjo, and maybe even Master Chief, because Steve is a Microsoft character, and all those negotiations will probably be held by Microsoft and Mojang, so that would be interesting. Looking at this, we're probably going to get a stage and some music themes. I don't know what Minecraft music themes we could get. They'd really have to remix those classic Minecraft tunes for a playable fight, which would be interesting. Grand Blue Fantasy, though, that's the one that weirds me out, because I just don't know what that is. I've heard of Cygames, and someone mentioned Grand Blue Fantasy. I am so tongue-tied today. Somebody mentioned Grand Blue Fantasy, like, once in speculation, and I think everyone kind of wrote them off because, like, who? You know? So if they actually do get in, I will be interested because it's a new IP that I've never heard of, and that's actually quite exciting. At the same time, I'm actually going to Google who this Catalina is right now because I'm actually genuinely curious. Grand Blue Fantasy Catalina. Let's take a look at her. Oh, I recognize the character design. She's a sword wielder, which might piss off a lot of people who are against sword wielders, but I'm not that salty about it at all. I just wonder, what can she bring to the table that other characters can't? That's what I'm curious about, you know? I just find it very interesting. I'm going to take a little look at this. Human, style, balance, speciality, saber. I guess we haven't had a saber style attacker yet. And isn't, forgive me if I'm wrong, but Grand Blue Fantasy is a mobile game, right? If I'm correct. I could be completely wrong about that, but if it is, then I find it interesting that we're going to get our first mobile rep, and Catalina at that. It would be interesting, and I guess it would obviously tie into the mobile market for Smash, which I think is probably a good idea for Sakurai to do, so maybe it will sell well. Maybe I'm just being ignorant, possibly. So we gotta think. We've got potentially Sora, Geno, or any other Square Enix character, Steve, and Catalina. What kind of stages would they have? I personally think Geno would come with the Forest Maze stage, or some sort of iconic Super Mario RPG location. Maybe the area you fight Kulex in, possibly? That might be cool. I think Sora would definitely come with Destiny Islands or Traverse Town. Maybe Hollow Bastion if they're really feeling wild. But I think, or maybe that, the location in the first game with that kind of keeps popping up, the one with the stained glass mirrors of, like, the Disney princesses and of Sora, and it's where he gets his Keyblade for the first time in the first game. That's as much as I remember. That would be cool. Steve from Minecraft, I feel like he'd probably just get a traveling stage that goes through the overworld, then to the nether, then to the end. Maybe have the Ender Dragon, or the Wither, or a Creeper as some sort of environmental hazard. That would be interesting. I think that would be really cool. And then, obviously, I can't comment on Grand Blue Fantasy's Catalina because I don't know her, and I don't know any iconic locations from their game because I've never played it. So it's interesting. Like, DLC discussions are already going off, and it's interesting how, even though we know none of the DLC characters, chances are they've already been decided upon, and they've probably already been revealed to a bunch of insiders anyway. So it's kind of like, I don't know how magical the suspense is going to be this time around. I don't know if I'm going to tackle, like, every single DLC leak, by the way, that comes along. I will just tackle the ones that I enjoy. But I'm definitely going to keep an eye on Vergeben because he's been right so far. He has not been wrong so far. And if Steve or a Minecraft stage or whatever does get into this game through DLC, then he will be completely right in his knowledge, and that is terrifying. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed me covering this little leak. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to check out the Discord, we have a Discord down below. We're all going to be hanging out there, and you know, we're going to be doing some Smash tournaments when Smash comes out. It's going to be great fun. I'm going to host a lot of little events there. It's going to be great. And if you haven't, and you're interested in helping out the channel even more, please consider checking out my Patreon. I will definitely be doing Patreon-only Smash tournaments when Smash comes out, and I'm going to be really excited to kind of just tackle the game when it comes out. I've got a few Smash analysis videos that I want to bring out for World of Light and just for Spirits mode and stuff, but that's going to take a little bit of time, so yeah, they won't be coming out anytime soon, I don't think. I don't know what I'm going to be doing on the channel from now on, full-time. Probably I'll be posting a lot of my stream archives here because, you know, it's content. I know it's not what everyone signed up for, but it is content, you know, and some people will be interested. But rest assured that Smash analysis, leak discussions, news updates, and all that for Nintendo and other things gaming will still be on the channel. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.